Welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/Xisuma, playing on the Hermitcraft server. It's a whole thing. It's like a stream evening, right? And Cubfan has joined the stream evening, and there's noises in here. It's Lucaro1357 with the 48 months. Dang, my dude, 4 years. Appreciate you ever so much and all you do. Heaps, we're working on David Copperfield. We got an aesthetic together. We got a look. I've just got to place a whole bunch of blocks, and it's pumping out this stuff. All you have to do is AFK it for about 3.5, 4 hours, and you just get tons of the stuff. Something I'd like to do though is change the placement of a button. I was thinking, is there an even better place to like put this button? But really, it's just take it off of there, put it here, and I don't think that can do any harm. Let's load it up. So yeah, for today's stream we're just going to be hanging out, listening to some StarCraft music. I needed some comfort music. That's what I needed. And yeah, working on this project, just placing blocks and getting copper and all that cool. Oh yeah, you probably want to see the machine like fly and do its thing. Glorious. Such a cool contraption. Love it. Makes me excited for the next thing that Minecraft adds. Like when I cover the snapshots, I feel like I'm just always so distracted from like going in and enjoying the elements of the game, and I want that to change. And I think the next time they add something that's got the potential to do some farming, I'd love to get like stuck in, because this is such a interesting sort of mid-tier farm, you know, like you can get off-put by those crazy big Psycraft farms. You're like, well, what's the point? Psycraft's going to come along and make some incredible copper aging system. But this, you know, it might not be the best, the smartest, the fartest, or the fartest. Gosh, you know what I'm trying to say. The most efficient, but dang, it's so much fun. It's such a cool thing, and I think Pixel's done a great job with this. What is this machine, says Kilamiton? It is a copper aging facility. We can call it a machine, but we can also call it a facility, because it is so big, you know. And there's one side I've learned, you can, yeah, when you're on this side, like, it's a better side to place all the blocks in. Now, when you go to the opposite side, it's different. Oh yeah, and we're doing this as we make our way down the copper field. So let's see if it's the same on this side, if it's this one again. Because obviously the design is either mirrored or flipped. I think it's mirrored. Yes, those Psycraft smarty farty folk. Nah, they're really cool. Yeah, not putting them down on what they do at all. Yeah, look at this. So when you're on this side, you have the ability to like walk into the middle, place all of those, and then turn around and do the bit you're on. So either I remember that, or I find a way to like put a little bit more significance on this side. Not sure how I'd do that. Yeah, the Psycraft peeps, they're amazing. I love what they do with the game. It's incredible. It also sort of creates this, I don't know, like this, you're like, oh, you know, why bother? They'll come up with a better way of doing it than I can. I want to get away from that. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how I want things to change. And, yeah, I've had a lot to contend with in my mind lately. I don't feel like I just want to go down that street again, but it's another one of those elements, is like, just looking at how, like, you interact with things and how they change stuff. Like, I really love redstone engineering. I've had so much fun with this project. It reminds me of the joys of doing this kind of stuff. And when I look back into the history of Hermitcraft and all the old episodes I made and stuff, like, some of the best moments, pretty much most of them, come from just sort of following your own nose with stuff, right? And then somewhere along the way, feels like I get more and more pulled into doing this maximal efficiency stuff, and it's taken maybe a little bit of the fun away. Aha, off you go. The first time I catch a stream before the 30-minute mark. I feel so good, says Sushi. You're right on time. You're right on time. Xisuma? I barely know her, says Goopy. Like, how long have I had this name and never heard that joke? Like, assume her? I get it. It almost works. It's almost brilliant. Like, there'll be a time when I'm talking about assumptions and some female person, and that'll just be the best joke. You know? So hold that one. Hold that card. That's your ace up the sleeve. Just wait for that moment. I like doing redstone things in a wonky way, says Tilly the Hun. Yeah, there's a bit of a charm to it, isn't there? There's definitely a charm to it. We might do some redstone engineering later today, because if I get what I want here done, I might just go into a creative world and work on the Nautilus farm. I was thinking a little bit about it earlier, using a villager or turtle eggs to lure them to like a spot, and then find a way to automatically kill them. Because I don't think the player needs to. Oh, there you go. I need to test that. Maybe the player does need to kill them for them to drop. For them to drop their stuff. I'm a little bit worried, like when I'm talking about something else and using this machine, I'm like, you know, I'm having a waffle. What if I make a mistake? Could be bad news. Goopy says, I am comedic genius. You're potentially comedic genius. You just need to wait. That perfect timing. I'm so bad with redstone, it seems like I'm looking at some magic when I see you building some contraptions, says Cosmo B. That's another part of playing on that level, right? Like, it's hard to access. So there's always smaller, simpler things you can do with redstone that are just useful and aid the experience and all the stuff you want to do. But we tend to just, you know, head straight to that end game stuff. Beautiful music as always, says Sam Cat. Yeah, Matt Ullman with the Soundcraft, the Starcraft. I wonder what the first game with craft in its name was. Like Warcraft. And when I say craft in its name, I mean like a something craft. Because there's probably a game called Craft or Craftwork. There's a band called Craftwork. You know what I'm saying. Gotta move that button. You wouldn't believe how much warped wood I've placed in this project. Like, I had like 6 shulker boxes of the stuff, and it's like all gone. Pongcraft, the little-known sequel to Pong. Wow, maybe I've heard of that. I remember watching, I think Ahoy, Xbox Ahoy did like a massive deep dive on Pong or something like that. See, immediately I'm like, hey, I've seen some deep dives on Pong. I've never heard of that, but then I'm like, wait a minute. Did I even remember? Like, I watched so many of these videos. Do I remember as much as I need to from them? I don't know. Like, I watched another Wendover video today. I think Wendover's videos are just fantastic. They're so well done, and occasionally they go from, like, sort of a bit more of a passion project about logistics to, like, some real interesting stuff, you know, that has further, like, you know, stuff that gets a little bit, I don't want to say political, but just has real world consequences or is valuable in that sense. He did one on gambling in America, which I always remember as being just a thing in Nevada. Like, you go to Las Vegas, right? And I was kind of aware that there were lots of types of gambling that weren't really allowed in America. If I was accurate or not, I was totally unaware that sports betting, a law for it changed in, what, 2018? And now there's this whole unraveling of easy access betting, and the video goes into some of the potential consequences of such things. It's really good topic. But, like, how much of that am I going to remember? That's the thing with me. It's like, I'm always entertained by this, and then, you know, it differs by state, says Random Guy. Oh yeah, you'll get the differing between the states. But a lot of states have now legalized sports betting in this particular way. Because I think the idea was, it was built around fantasy teams. So, like, they saw fantasy football as being like a season-long bet with your mates type thing. And they're like, oh, you know, we won't make that illegal. But then some company comes along and goes, ah, what we'll do is we'll like wrap betting inside of the fantasy team aesthetic and create a whole betting system with it. Up here in Alaska, gambling is illegal, but we do have pool tabs and lotteries, says Goopy. Do you have, see if you have this betting app, I think it was called Draft something. Dang, I can't even remember the name of it. I also don't really want to promote it either. But yeah, like I'm just so not into gambling. I think it's a fool's game. Like it's like gambling is literally designed, like there's a whole industry, right? It works in the sense that these companies make big profits because you lose on average. You lose on average. I've never gambled, like not even a penny. I've never bought a lottery ticket. Never. I think maybe like a penny arcade. I've like taken a little bit of change and sort of spunked it away for fun. Actually, I've done that recently because I go to the arcade with my nephew on occasion, and we play games there that they're not betting, they're not gambling, but like you get. Did I not set this one off? See, this is what I was on about. Like, this is what I'm scared of. I'm waffling, and then I just forget some little part of the routine like that. Anyway. Yeah, I think occasionally like I have a little bit of loose change at the end, and we like put it into those little machines that sort of stack up the coins and push something off the edge. But you know, really, I'm not like trying to win. It's just like we're there to have fun. So I wouldn't think of it the same, but technically you could say it is. Apparently I forgot to load one too. Oh yeah. Oh dang. Okay, so when I get into a waffle, my attention really is split. We started off good, and then fortunately I got all of you to help me though. Not Knighting Row, the name that I will forever butcher in one new name or another as I puzzle over a quandary of its lettering. Thank you for 70 months. Happy Christmas. Yes, happy Christmas to all. Thank you for the support, my dude. Yeah, obviously I got a Christmas cap on. Like here, hi. You know, I never really had plans to get all like Christmassy and in the spirit and stuff, but I'm so looking forward to it, right? So looking forward to the break, which is really it's starting for me now, because from here up until Christmas I've got a whole bunch of things going on, which is cool. So lots to look forward to. And if you see a little less of me around on YouTube and on here, you'll know I'm just taking the time to enjoy the holiday. So, did I unload this one a second ago and then just completely forget to load it up? See, now I'm loading it from the wrong side, right? I think you can also partially load this thing and get away with it. No machine has come back yet, though. Like that'll be a really cool little experiment. You know, if one of them comes back during the stream, that'll be cool. We got a noise in the ear. It's Veen23 here for 4 months. 4 months, saying hi X. Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year in advance. I really enjoy the crossover so far. Love to see you and Pix hang out together. I hope the Hermits and Empires members will have the opportunity to interact in the future as well. Yeah, I hope so. It's been a very nice crossover event, something very different. And as you can see, you know, lots of the Empire's crew are on right now, having some fun shenanigans. You know, if they want to head over here, they're more than welcome to, but I'm not expecting anything. I kind of realized, like, I'm just in the mood to do some redstone stuff in my cave today, you know, so probably not the most interesting place for other people to come visit. But certainly interesting to me. I should probably get some terracotta cooking up real soon. We'll do the rest of this and then get the terracotta going. We got to replace this glass with terracotta. We got to strip off this wood. We got to then put lots of black glass down, and then after that, this thing will sort of be aesthetically complete for now. Oh, and I need to place a lot of glow light in. So, peeps, if you're sticking around, don't let me forget those priorities today. Especially the glow lighting one. I feel like I'm going to forget that because I need to go get more of it from a farm. So I'll let you in on a little secret, alright? Secret time. If we head down here, now do you see how that looks different from that? Okay, it's glow lichen. I put glow lichen over the tops here. I'm not sure if it suppresses the light update of the redstone very well, but it gives the right sort of light level. I might put one back here somewhere too. Gives the right kind of light level to stop things from spawning, which is priority number 1, but also just gives it like a nice consistent sort of ambience, which is sweet. Lala Mare, thank you for the nice message. You love the videos, glad to hear it. The Magpie says hello, and Road Stealing says, X, you better get some kind of reward for dominating the quest competition. I think I missed the final score, but it was a blowout. You know, I tried my very best. Let's say that. If it was a blowout or not, I'm not sure, but I would love to, well, not even get a prize, just an acknowledgement, you know. Maybe when Ren's back into the groove, he'll address that at some point, maybe. Is David 5 doing okay? David 5 has been working flawlessly. I had one weird thing earlier where I think I just missed a machine and it just felt kind of odd. It was like, wait, I missed that one? When I was doing a whole bunch of them. Yeah, it's really just been working. We had one do this like double update thing where the observer didn't detect it, but since then that's not happened, so it's all kind of promising, really. Where did that button go? Like, trying to hide, camouflaging itself, right? Happy birthday to the Magpie! Congrats, my dude. So close to Christmas as well. Danny Boy says, hello, how's the first time stream viewer? How's it going first? Oh, you're the first time stream viewer. I've read that so bad. Well, thanks for coming by and checking out the stream. We are currently in the copper aging facility known as David V. David the Copperfield. And as you can see, we are loading up, making some subtle adjustments here and there too. Yeah, like now I don't have to jump up. Like, let's do it the other way around. Let's do it first this time, so we kind of feel what that feels like. Oh, Random Girl, thank you for setting a reminder on your phone to remind me. That is a very kind thing of you to do. Any more bone-themed build plans for the future? Not really, actually. Not really. I've got like this roadmap in my head of various things, and it keeps getting like more and more complex. Like, I need to put a honey farm in here, but I sort of realized that I need a small honey farm because we're going to AFK so much, like in the area. So we don't need one that pumps out stupid amounts of honey. So that should be pretty straightforward. We need to get our hands on Nautilus shells, and then after that, I can start to press on with some other projects. So, like I said, this would be better if we'd already moved this thing up here, essentially. And on this side I haven't placed the copper, so we'll start with this one. There is a possibility that I could move where the lamp is. I could move it like 1 block forward. And then have something behind it that updates the observer. But anyway, keep it simple. Yeah. You know, that feels so much better now, right? So you place that last block and you just look up and job's done. Job's done! Like, literally, job's done. Look at that. So, now it's time for terracotta and stripping off. What? That's right, I'm going to strip off. I'm going to strip off all of this wood around me. Which thing I was talking about? Jeez. Let's put this in here. And then let's grab that and put that in there. Yeah, it's like they belong there. Elven cookies, these are not. Gonna munch on this milkshake. The stream is so late for me because of my internet, but honestly I'm still having fun. How does the internet make the stream late? I'm curious. X, do you ever get bored while making farms? Not really. Like, overall, not really. Sometimes a farm might not be... Like, sometimes you build a farm out of necessity to build something else. Alright, that happens. I think I still need to possibly place a few of those, so let's, like, hold on, hang on. Oh, and I got a whole bunch of those in there. Oh, and I got more glow lichen, actually, that's good. And then I got this, okay. Okay, things are starting to fall into place. I'm seeing all the things that we need. Not so much this. A little bit of exposed copper, just going to leave that down here. That was a machine that I loaded up, but apparently didn't send off, and then I got all confused. I was like, what? Yeah, I just need more terracotta down here, and I thought I left at least a stack somewhere. There is quite a lot of these lying around, and they probably need sorting out. So I could just re-dye those, which is something really nice about terracotta. At least on this server. So we need black and yellow. Mm-hmm. And then I picked out some sand to be operational over here too. Right, yeah, so now you can see we want sort of less than half of that stuff, I think. Because you get you need a little more of the black one than the other. Yeah, there you go. And then I throw that on the floor. That's the secret part of the recipe. Okay, so for this, in you go, and for that one, in you go. And then I guess freeze all I got left. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's fuel right here though, isn't there? So we'll potentially use a bunch of that. Right. More block a place in is what we need to do. Left 5. Thank you ever so much for your Amazon Prime subscription. I appreciate that and hope you're enjoying the stream. Smallish Beans has made the advancement. Old Betsy. Isn't that a pillager thing? God, there's so many hermits on. I checked the console earlier and the server, like, totally keeping up. Oh, and Pixel Riffs is now streaming, although hasn't logged in yet. Because my other screen has got stream-related things on it. And one of those is what's Pixel up to. Tells me things. Right, we did those two. So here's where we haven't done the glow lichen yet. And there's like this hopping rhythm to it, right? Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah, this absolutely chews through food because I'm sprinting and hopping. Like after you've done a couple of rounds of this, you need to munch. I was having a good old think about this game today and like what are its strengths and weaknesses. And as a survival game, you can make a lot of complaints or bring attention to some of its shortcomings, let's say. See, I told you Pixel was joining. And I was thinking about how, like, if you try and make food in this game more interesting, you always end up like forcing the player to change what they're doing, right? Like you tell the player, "Oh no, now you got to go over here and get some food because of this new food system." Like that's kind of unavoidable. And when you do that, like you always just put things in front of the player that mean, "Oh, you can't actually go and do that thing you want to do right now. You got to go do something else." And in Minecraft, a lot of the time, you want to build and create things and do what you're thinking about doing, right? But then all these other systems the games have, like the hunger, the survival, the fighting of mobs, they very much become very optional. They become something that just falls to the wayside and lets you do what you want to do. Yet we kind of know, or at least there's like complaints or whatever, that these parts of the game aren't as good as they could be, but you know, maybe that's what makes the game so good, is that these elements are actually quite weak. Because a lot of this game is about you doing what you want to do. So how can you make a better food system, a better mob fighting system? I'm sure there's some improvements that make sense, but as soon as they start to pull you away from that freedom, like then the game becomes something a little different. And so there's this weird like tug of war with Mojang trying to update some of the features and make them better, and yet, you know, they can never really embolden these other parts of the game without enforcing it on the player. Like exploration is a choice. Oh, gonna cough. Oh dear. Exploration is a choice, and it doesn't matter like how many biomes they add to this game. You'll build your base in like whatever one you want, and you'll never really have much reason to visit the other places. And yet a complaint might be, you know, oh, we want reasons to visit other biomes. Well, the reason is going to be to go there, get something, come back, and not to like never have to go there again. So the freedom of this game essentially makes like a lot of the other parts of it shallow. Am I making sense here? So we all look at parts of this game and think about how it could be improved and whatnot, yet to improve them is to, in most scenarios to me, it seems like impinge a chore on the player. Like, why would you, like, let's say they added a really beautiful, amazing biome, which they've done recently. They've added some amazing biomes, right? But like, why would you need to suddenly go somewhere, right? You go, you're always making your own decisions, your own choices, and you go places because, like, I want to go here and build a farm, or I built a farm there, so now I'm going to go visit it and grab those resources. But all these things, they always just seem to add up to you just doing the core of that Minecraft thing, that doing your own thing. Complicating the game in PvE side, I would say, will make me go a bit away from the game, since I've always seen PvE as an extra secondary thing in the game, more of a gimmick, says Dev Chimera. Yeah, it is a little bit gimmicky, but like on occasion, you know, you have to fight the Ender Dragon at some point, and then you have to go like that. You have to make that noise. You have to go fight the Wither Dragon if you want to. Sorry, the Wither Boss if you want a beacon. So there are these like activities that revolve around mobs. And I think maybe one of the smart things to do is to have more things in the game that are desirable, that lead to like fun encounters. Now, where did that creeper come from? Because this area is supposed to be relatively spawn safe, apart from on top of slime blocks. You see, an interaction with a creeper is just so simple. It does pose a threat, but like, it's just dealt with so quickly. With a dragon sounds epic. It does, doesn't it? I think this is the one that we were at. Maybe that creeper was like nearby and started to pathfind towards me or something. Huh. Oh yeah, here's the thing I don't have. I don't have like a walkway yet to get. However, we might literally be on the equivalent of the walkway. If I can put blocks from there to there, my walkway could essentially just be like what I'm doing right now. Is there a... I'm really thinking now, because having it all at one level would be nice. So if you could walk level with the pistons, we could put a block here, put the glow lichen back on top of it. But then the button is kind of left out. So you could potentially... I'm not sure. If you use an observer, you have that problem of like creating two pulses down to the dropper, which, because you're resetting, it might not be a problem. Yeah, it looks like there might be potential here for actually to come along and turn these into like fix it up little walkways. But then again, you know, we might need to go out there so little it's not even worth it. Did I see a Pixel in the area? Thought I did. Did your scaffolding mob farm break with the update X? Yeah, I guess it did. I guess it did. And it's a little bit on the annoying side. It's a little bit OP. It makes sense that they shouldn't spawn on them. So I think it's a rightful patch, really. It's just one of those things where it always seems like Mojang are just a little step behind what the community are doing. So it's in the game for like quite a while, and then, oh no, we're taking it out. And that was one that I'm not sure if they communicated they were going to take out or not. But there was less, I didn't see much of a disgruntled feedback about that. What do you mean, assuming you're seeing pixels everywhere? Oh, I mean Pixel Riffs. He logged on. I thought he logged on around here. Anyway, is anyone keeping an eye on what the other hermits are up to? I have no idea. I just kind of felt like doing this thing down here, as I've been grinding away at it so much. And hey, we've been streaming for half an hour, and we got quite a lot done. There's not a crazy amount left. There is, however, a lot of glass to be placed. That's one grindy thing. They're house racing. Do you mean horse racing? Are they in the minigame area? Because playing minigames is cool. Oh, there was a ice boat race. Oh my god, words! Oh wait, was I making... I think I was making my way back when I fluffed the jump. They were at Force's Ice Boat Race. That's the one. See? Slow it down, get the words out. Hey, Mr. Shishwami, what is this beautiful monstrosity? It is the Copper Aging Facility. David V. The Copperfield Strikes Back. Never blowing down all that scaffolding accidentally was a victory. Yeah. Accidental scaffolding knocks are the worst. Unless it's part of a game. Are we out? Oh, we're out! For some reason I thought I had loads left. Well, shouldn't be too bad to pick up where we left off, because you can kind of see the darkness a little bit. So, yeah, that's something we've got to go do later. We got to sort that out. Got to get some more of those, right? Oh, jeez. I was trying to look and see if I still had another stack, which I did, and then I face planted. I love it. Thanks for the explanation, says Ironfist. You're welcome. I find minigames in Minecraft extremely fascinating, but I'm more amazed on the survival-made minigames. I've always thought of minigames as plug-in maps made in Create and others, so it's really impressive, says Dev. I agree. I personally just find my own ideas just seem to feel less compatible with survival. Like I never quite put all the pieces together. There's always like this thing where it's like, yeah, that'll be tricky in survival. Whereas a custom map, you know, you got a lot more flexibility. Let's grab some more of this. Oh, that was fuel, wasn't it? That was the idea. It was like, no wait, we can keep smelting. Did I pick up some of those? I did. Okay, if we're not smelting it, we'll put it in there. So I need some of that. And then there's the rest, I think. So we'll place this, and then we'll probably end up going on a trip. Huh. Yeah, it might be a little unnecessary to bring the glass all the way to the edge, but it just makes everything nice and clean, really, doesn't it? So then this bit goes down here. You can see I've started placing blocks. Shells will always drop when held by a drowned, according to the wiki, or you could build a fishing farm, says Lucro. Yeah, I did a little bit of reading earlier, and the thing that I forgot is do they always drop if the player kills them, or do they just always drop? Because I was planning on building a playerless farm, and then I kind of thought, wait a minute, there's probably going to be a catch to this. There's always a catch. Have you ever thought about making something to explore your ideas, says Foofy. Please elaborate. Which ideas? Because I'm an ideas guy. I'm constantly interacting with ideas and whatnot. Wiki mentions nothing of a player, so I suppose always. In this game, supposing usually ends up not being so great. We'll be able to test it to some extent. I mean, you want to test it with natural spawning, and that's always a pain. Because I could summon some in holding it, but I don't know if they'll behave the same way as a natural one. Like there might be some additional data or whatever that's attached to them when they spawn that sort of says, you know, this works this way, right? Sorry, the ideas that you were talking about that you struggle with in survival Minecraft. Oh yeah, you know, I have plenty of ideas on ways you can improve this game and change things like the hunger system. But they always come back round to this idea of like, it kind of gets away from the great thing about Minecraft, which is you're essentially in charge of what you want to do a lot of the time. So how do you make those parts of the game that feel underwhelming more interesting without then imposing them on the player? And that's a tricky thing to do. A lot of players don't choose to build in the end dimension, right? But when you go there and you see someone's built like a crazy base, it's always like, wow, that's cool. So like, there's always the option to go build in a different biome, right? And do something cool and different, but it's not always the priority. So when we place these, by the way, we face that way, so that the patterns are all going to be aligned. You don't have to worry about there being some desynchronized rotation somewhere, giving you sleepless nights. Oh no. Don't have to worry about that a bit. Minecraft has a difficult time adding new things that doesn't take away from the simplicity of just playing the game. It certainly does. Archeology had potential to put something interesting in. You know, visit sites, interact with certain mechanics, collect more tokenized kind of items. And I don't know, for whatever reason that idea fell apart. Maybe it just ended up not feeling very Minecrafty. But like, what a great reason to travel if you go and visit these biomes and then dig up some stuff at archaeology sites. I think what might work, we'll just put that there. I think what might work better is if you had like permanent player upgrades, which I don't think, I'm not saying like that's a good thing to have in Minecraft, but just if you had them, then these would be kind of cool because, you know, you go off, you do some archaeology thing, and not that it makes any sense, but like now you've got this like new ability at the end of it. Okay, like that sort of line doesn't really make too much sense unless you want to say there's magical artifacts that imbue the player, like buried in the world. Because then you can play the game as is, but if you want to take that time to explore, find these sites, do these activities, if they make the activities fun and compelling, you don't have to do them too much, but you know, every now and then you can go do it and sort of upgrade your experience. That could potentially be a good path. Do we have more of the yellow? We do. Hey Phoenix, thank you for the nice message, very kind of you. Right, that's all correctly been done. The Law of the Sniffer might prepare the game for archaeology. True, says Curls. It might, but I think they've sort of said it's cancelled. Given Mojang's sort of track record as of late, I really don't feel like they've got something up their sleeves at the moment. I don't think they've been working on something like Killer in the background. I think they've just been being really quite cautious with the development. And especially with the 1.20 cycle, because now it's like communities, they've got sort of back against the wall for the feedback. Personally, I would say archaeology was a bit too much of a specific thing by itself, but could be better implemented if they add more ruins in the game, like the broken nether portals or the already known mob spawner runes, or even rework them to adapt them for more unique archaeology, says Dev Chimera. Yeah, those things are pretty cool, but they're very mild, right? Like the broken nether portals sort of hint at, you know, there's the nether and there's a way to get there, and they just implement them in a mild way, where then if you're like a speedrunner or you play survival in a way that means you're not in a world to like build farms and stuff, then they are places with resources that make them, you know, of value to come across and discover. But if you're in the world to just build farms and build bases, like, they quickly diminish from having that value. I'm really hoping even if they postpone it, Archeology, in recent development, they flesh it out a little bit in the future. Well, I believe it's been cancelled, if not postponed. So I wouldn't, you know, it's not going to be in 1.20 unless they've been hiding a little surprise. It would kind of be good for them to just like unleash something that's like, hey, surprise, look, we've got something really cool here, and you know, we decided not to tell you, and now you're going to have fun with it. Like, I think people appreciate that. I just don't, I find it unlikely they would have something like that up their sleeve. Did they officially announce it being cancelled? When, says Lucro? Yeah, I'm sure they have. I'm sure it's been sort of said that Archeology is I think they said it at Minecon, maybe. Or whatever the name of the event. Minecraft Live. Surely 1.20 has some big secrets, says Roadsteading. I don't think so. I really don't. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would probably bet on them not having some. I mean, and then you'd have to classify, right? Like, so you could put it down to interpretation, because there's going to be more features, right? There's going to be other stuff that comes along. But if it was like, oh, we've got this new type of book, or we've added in a variant to this mob, I wouldn't classify those as being something up their sleeve. But if they came in with like, hey, there's this whole new archaeology thing, or we've come up with a whole new like biome and boss mob, then I'd be like, whoa, okay, that's pretty big. I think that if they don't have some kind of secret, a lot of people will be disappointed. But I have to agree with X, especially after Minecraft Live. Yep, we're on the same wavelength then. They're not announcing all of 1.20 yet, are they, says Curls? They are developing it in this way where it's like everything you've seen about 1.20 before they first revealed it, they knew would make it to the final cut. So if you see, like, sorry, like now that we've seen all of that, there will be more, but we don't know what it is, and we won't know how much more. So next year when they start, oh look, I have more of this, and they start rolling out those snapshots, it could be a lot of stuff or it could be a little, we just really don't know. We just don't know. So we're going to have to go take a trip to the mining desert to fill up a box of sand. We're also going to have to get more glow-like in. And wasn't there like one other thing I needed to do? Feels like there was one other thing. Oh yeah, strip all of this wood here. That's the thing. Don't strip the logs, they look better like this. Too late. Too late. I already started. Chat, what was the one other thing? Do you remember? I was asking for reminders earlier, now I need memory. I'm real new to Minecraft and I've been watching it through your old snapshots over the years to get a feel for how it changed over time. Oh, cool. It's nice to hear like when your old videos still have some utility. We live in such like a disposable age, man. It's always like, what's this newest thing, right? And there's less like evergreen content these days. Nice to know someone's checking out the old stuff. And oh, what a chance! I can't believe Elytra's existed without rockets for a bit. Yeah, yeah. People forget. Now, when they gave in and gave us rockets, they added in something so powerful. It really diminished the value of other types of transports in this game. And I feel like, you know, I'm the sort of player that would like complain probably initially about, oh, it's so slow to get around, I have to move all these items about. There are these weird frictions in this game where when you play it for a long time, you start to get a bit annoyed with like inventory management and the time it takes to get from here to there, because you tend to like zone in on the bigger picture stuff, I think. Like, when you start out, so much of the game is new and novel that a lot of it can just be fun. Like, I've certainly played I remember in Season 2 it was fun to craft, like, couple hundred dispensers, because I was like, how am I going to do this? I need to get all these resources in one place. I can only craft one of this item at a time. It was like a little challenge. It was fascinating. Loads of the game is like that when it's fresh and new. But then the years go by, you play it a lot, your mind drifts to the bigger stuff. How can I make, like, how can I do an epic big dig and then build an incredible redstone contraption? Like you wouldn't build something like this if you killed every slime with your own fist and you harvested every honey block yourself with a bottle or 4 bottles, you know. The game sort of needs to scale up, and yeah, the elytra is one of those moments, I think, where we all asked for it, they gave us it, and then later on you realise that was really quite powerful, because now we don't use boats, we don't use minecarts. You still got them there, but you just tend to go with the least friction, right? Couple of noises in the ear from Father of Apocalypse for 39 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Girls of Doom gifting a sub to Todes Schnitzel Joel. That just made me mad hungry for some schnitzel. Thank you so much for gifting the sub. I had a little bit of a thought today. I've been like cutting calories quite hard for a while now, with Christmas coming up and a little bit of indulgence here and there and whatnot. And I just started to wonder, like, I wonder if that like is affecting my psychology, because I had a big meal not so long ago, right? But then after, I just still felt really hungry, and I know that you do this stuff like slow and steady, and I'm wondering, am I going a little too fast here? Is this like maybe messing with my head a bit? I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is for the next few days just like just give it up and just see how I feel after. But we're missing a. Dang, something went completely wrong over here, didn't it? I reckon maybe the block. Yeah, probably the block here threw me off because it didn't have glass, something like that. What I'll do is I'll leave them like this, so I'll see it at another point and be like, oh yeah, that wasn't done right, I'm missing a block there. Otherwise I might forget to fix that properly. The Ocelot, thank you for 5 months, appreciate it, my dude. Oh, Curls, thank you for gifting that sub as well. I didn't press the animation button, we appreciate the stuff. Ooh, calorie cutting definitely affects your mood, just ask any bodybuilder doing prep. Fascinating, fascinating. Oh, there's another place where I need to strip logs that's easy to miss. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, like, a lot of your experience as a person is relative, right? Like if you eat, you know, unhealthy, junk food and all that stuff, you'll feel normal day to day, because that'll be, like, normal isn't a fixed position, right? It's a relative position. And then you start eating healthy and like exercise or whatever, and it's like, oh, normal now becomes better. It's like, oh, I feel so much better now or whatever. Like when you correct something. And then, yeah, and then maybe you lose sight of that at some point. You're like, oh, you start doing something for a while. Like, I've definitely felt overall that eating healthy, eating lean really does work for me. But maybe I don't identify, like, if my mood's going up and down and struggling with some stuff that I have been lately. Like, it's not obvious to like link it to food, but it could be a thing. So, and again, like in my mind, I'm like, Christmas is coming up. Like, that's how I'm thinking about it. Maybe now's the time just to take the foot off the brake. Take the foot off the brake, take the foot off the gas, I don't know which one. Didn't you want to make a honey farm as well, and you'll need more of the lichen, I assume, says Curls. Yeah, I don't think I need to do any prep for the honey farm yet, really. Like, that's not a part of, like, the immediate goals of this area. But we'll build a small one, because we're going to be AFK, like, 4 hours at a time, and then we only need a few stacks, so we don't need a crazy big farm. It's kind of a good thought to have. Food definitely affects my mood. I don't know if that's the topic. I just arrived here, said Sky. Yeah, I just had a bit of a thought, because although I had quite a big meal, I just, you see, I sort of don't trust my own senses or like my own appetite, because you know, I'm just someone who can sit and eat and eat and eat and eat. All right, I can eat until I feel gross. or whatever. Like, I do get some cues from my body, but I get them too late. And I was thinking back to this skiing trip that I went on last year, where we had a 4-course meal every time, and they would bring out each dish, and you know, some of the starting ones were like quite small. You'd have like a little appetizer, then a soup, then your main dish, then a little dessert. But like, you'd wait 10 minutes between each dish, and I was listening to this thing about mindful eating, and talking about enjoying your food, eating it slow, and they were saying that if you eat your food slow, you'll feel more full up sooner. You're like, so I'm wondering if like maybe that's what I need to do. Like, my body's not very good at giving me the signals I need in time to say like, oh, all right, you're full or something. Anyway, I very much like kind of don't trust my own feelings when it comes to food, because my feelings are generally just eat, right? Just constant hunger. Anyway, tomorrow won't be like that. I'm gonna have a can of tuna and an apple, a protein shake and a yogurt, which is not a lot. But then in the evening we're going to a restaurant, and I am just gonna order like the fat, dirty burger that's on the menu, like something absolutely massive. Just indulge a little. Definitely. If I ever have a Mackey's, which I avoid as much as possible, I always feel gross and greasy. My body is also always eat too, says A9 Yeah, I not only avoid the Mackey's, I avoid looking in its general direction. Haven't had a Mackey's in probably, let me think, like at least 15 years now. Lose track, it's been so long. Guys, is it normal to almost pass out after running for like 2 minutes, says Samcat? I would say it's not normal, but how much running do you normally do? And how intense was the run? If you are trying to get into something new like running, and your lifestyle is, let's say, quite different from that, quite sedentary, then 2 minutes of running, yeah, maybe could hit you, you know? Especially if you're going like running. You see, I run on a regular basis. I run currently at 7.7 miles per hour because I've got a treadmill. I know exactly what it is. But at various different points in my running history, those speeds have been different based on like my ability and what my goals are and stuff. So like, I've been running relatively slow for quite some time because of my knees. I'm just not ready to really like pick up the pace. But when I was at my peak of running, I'd run at like between like 9 and 10 miles an hour for, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes or something. And that's like really going for it. But I built up the stamina and, you know, had the capacity to do that. So if you're new to fitness and you're trying to make some changes and, you know, get into running, that's all terrific. But what you want to do is just kind of start steady. And, yeah, work yourself up, you know. So run a little slower. Run for a little less. Do that today. Take tomorrow off. Go at it again. You know, if you're running for like 2 minutes, just get through those 2 minutes, and then when you're really confident with them, 2.5 minutes. You know, you want to do it over time. You're not trying to run a marathon tomorrow, right? You got time in front of you, and it's just about building it up. Digestion takes energy, so depending on the food, it might require more or less energy. It also gives your body the components of that food, so that will have a effect surely, but it might not be as major and vary from person to person. To me, too much sugary snacks do make me feel bad physically, says Skyfighter. I don't even have snacks anymore. That being said, occasionally I do. I had an apple middle of the day today just because I was feeling like a little run down. Again, yeah, I think I'm overdoing it. I think now that you sort of rewind the day a little bit, it's like, maybe you do need to eat a bit more at the moment. So yeah, I think my goal for the weekend is to just no cut calories, just eat what we need to eat. A bag of crisps while watching a show is a wonderful experience in a while, says Not Nightingale. Yeah, I don't go for crisps. I like popcorn though. I love going to the cinema and having a bag of popcorn. I can make that last, you know. I know where that extra glass came from now. We actually... Oh, have we got more dye to do more terracotta possibly? I think they're playing mini games. Oh yeah, we've got to go pick up some terracotta. I can actually get that in my base. That's another thing that we need. Dyes. Okay. Let's drop off some more stuff for now then. And I can leave these here in the copper field too, right? We've got to pick up food. We've got to pick up dye. Well, we'll think through all the steps in a moment. How did we make the derp coin last season? Were they retextured blocks or is it some kind of magic? I like the details escape me a little bit, but let me say this: there's a block in this game. So yeah, it was done without the use of a mod, right? Like there's a block in this game that isn't in the game, but you could retexture. So if you make it like craftable. Oh, someone in chat. You know, I'll leave it a little bit of a secret, but someone in chat knows what's up. So like, it's not like super cryptic or anything. I mean, yeah, I'll tell you. It's you know, it's been over for a while, right? It was the petrified wood, is how it was done. There was a way to retexture it, and you know, with a resource pack, a resource pack? I think a resource. No, data pack. I think it's a data pack. You change the crafting recipe. So, yeah, that was how that was done. So, pretty cool. Right, we need sand, which we'll get from a desert. So let's pick up a shulker box for that. Glow lichen, so we need to bring bone meal with us. There will be plenty to go around. We'll get rid of the last of that. Those odd stacks. Let's make a few more rockets. I just noticed some paper there. Should probably go pick up some more sugarcane. I've never built like a proper sugarcane farm this season. I thought your derp coin project was incredibly smart and my favourite thing in Season 8. I'm sorry some of the audience didn't get what you were doing. I loved it though, says Roadsteading. You know, it was a real, like, challenge. And, you know, if you challenge yourself, not all challenges are comfortable, right? And I guess I challenged myself to do something uncomfortable and maybe focused a bit too much on the discomfort and a little less on the reception. There's actually glow lichen here. I think in that case I might just... we'll stock up, I'm also thinking fuel, like... Don't I have like a really good fuel supply? Here we go. Rather than using all the coal. Grab that for fuel. Wait. Is blaze... Yeah, blaze rods can be fuel. Blaze rods can be fuel. How do you look back to Season 7 today, says Towerbar? I think Season 7 was the best. Amazing. Like, Season 6 was incredible. As the longest season, I really feel like Season 6 was probably the best, like, thought out and executed, especially with that, like, nether hub and the islands. Like, I think Season 6 is probably our best, but when I look back at 7, like, there were so many good times, but I think we ended it too soon. I think we just kind of, like, lost sight a little bit of what we were doing towards the end. There's a lot of value in keeping stuff going, even when, like, maybe this season does feel a little tired in some ways. Like, we didn't really, I think, address, like, the bigger picture and see how it could all come together, because we could have kept going. We could have done more stuff with that world. There was a lot to be enjoyed there, and so I'd look back at Season 7 and honestly I'd say, like, yeah, we could have done better that season. Oh yeah, I just remembered what I was eating. I was eating lots of bread, and I put the other food in here. So if I need food, I've actually got loads lying around here. Okay, I need to pick out the questions from, not the questions, the answers. What else did we need? Now that I'm out of the copper field, terracotta. Okay, thinking about one thing at a time. The winking owl, who I was going to call the Viking owl, but then I double checked it and I was like, don't be a derp. I reckon that is not enough. And we'll just... And now that I've got blue dye sorted, we'll take that. So yeah, there's our terracotta, there's our dyes, fuel for the glass. We haven't got the sand yet. We're going to go get glass or sand for glass and lichen. What am I forgetting here? We had had liking as the light source, terracotta blocks, maybe some more yellow dye, and then that's probably it. Chat, help me out here. If you remember something I forgot, you know, help a derp out. Going to stop skinning bread into bone. Are you sure you don't want to answer questions about eating bone meal professionally? No comment, no comment. Wait, yeah, that is yellow, isn't it? I was like, oh, hang on a second, we've got the right one. Thought I might have got the wrong one. I started watching Season 8 when Jem joined, and then when it ended, I started watching Grian Season 7 and fell in love with Hermitcraft. I tried watching Season 6, but the start wasn't really hitting for me. I think the further back you go in time, the game and the way that we play it, or the Hermitcraft experience, it's a little more Minecraft driven and a little less socially driven. I mean, you know, we joke about it being in the name, but I really do feel like the social aspect has evolved over time. So you'll see the season probably from that kind of angle more. Now, ooh, huh, it uses that. That's interesting. Also, maybe way too much of it. Can I then do that? Yeah. Okay. Well, that works. Yeah, season 6, like, there are many, many great things that happen in that season, and there is a big thing in the middle of it that so many people remember that is, like, great to watch and get to. So it's one of those ones where, like, if you stick with it, some good stuff will really come around, but, like, it'll feel different, perhaps. It'll feel a little bit more oriented around Minecraft. Wait, this stuff does 12, doesn't it? So, like, do you put 6 in? I think it's 6 for a whole stack. Sounds about right. Yeah, and you remember you've always got the recap as well. Like, those old recaps are still watchable. So if you're not sure where to jump in, or like you just want to get an idea of what's going on, you can watch the recap a little bit. For me, season 6 just had like so many episodes, so many good times. Like, I feel like I achieved pretty much everything I wanted to that season. Like, by the time it ended, if I remember correctly, we were pretty much all on the same page. It was like, hey, we did loads this season. Let's think about what's next. I need to hydrate. I need water. I really feel like I didn't drink a lot of water today. Also, I might have missed a noise in my ear. The Ocelot, 5 months. Thank you so much for the Prime. I'm not sure if I read that one. Yeah, exactly. I love the social aspect. I didn't even play Minecraft. Now I've been playing for a few months and I feel like I should reconsider watching it. I have been doing some rewatching of stuff lately. One that I wanted to talk about was Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. I rewatched that. Been rewatching Nick and Morty. I feel like I just, at the moment, I don't know, like I just want to enjoy, stuff, like immerse. I've just been on a really weird, like, content treadmill. This video, that video, this thing, that thing, and I think I just, like, kind of sick of it. I kind of, like, want to recoil a little bit. And just, you know, love what you love. And forget, like, oh, there's something new out all the time. You know, every time you open the Netflix. Carl says, what do you mean? No decaf today? Oh, I've had a couple of decafs. I've had 1 tea and 2 decafs. Actually, no. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. 1 tea, 2 decafs today. Whereas yesterday I had like 6 or 7 cups of tea. I think I might have gave myself a bellyache at one point. So anyway, I watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And, like, I got this strong feeling of, like, there's a character in here that's retroactively, like, really misogynistic to look at, or sexist. I'm not quite sure what the right terminology is, but the female character in the movie is just constantly irritating and, like, screechy voice, helpless. Like, and I look at the character and I think, this is an awful character. Like, what is the story trying to say by having a character like this, right? You can always sort of look at it like, well, you know, that type of character can be a man or a woman, but it's like it's clearly some sort of stereotypical hangover or whatever. Anyway, you know, so like you watch it through today's lens and you're like, this is kind of awful. And yeah, I just watched that and just thought, yeah, this is like not on. It's just not on, basically. The character's awful, and the little kid as well also just has just has these really shallow little lines, and it's kind of like about how he like follows Indy around and quirkily says these things. I mean, the further back you go in time, I feel like character development has become a really strong thing in cinema and TV shows. They can create some really great characters and sculpt them in front of you now, and they just didn't have it back then. It was just too much tropes. Like, even Indy is just a bunch of cheesy lines and looks a lot of the time. I mean, I personally love it because I grew up with it, it's classic or whatever, but you go back and you notice that the supporting characters are really shallow and just not well written, and it's like, well, why does this character have to be this way? And clearly, like, they're trying to, you know, they talk about like the damsel in distress, and it's really just like that. She's supposed to be like just this useless hindrance to Indy, and it's just, oh wait, I've flown out of there without using the shears. It's just not on, basically. And you know, it's of the time. I don't think you can really be mad about it looking back, but it's just, it needs some context. It's a trope, is what it is. While the media still relies on tropes, there's been a push away from the naff representation. Yeah, there has rightfully been push away. Hang on, how does this work again? I got a feeling I was about to break it and like get rid of the last bit of this, so... Oh, it's actually like this. Okay, so let's grab like some of this. It's actually this one down here that needs the bulk of it, I think. There you go. I have the means to make more too. Let's have some more. Yeah, there you go. I really like Contact and Jurassic Park. Both female characters are so well written, and to this day quite inspirational. Yeah, those are great examples. Jurassic Park's another one I wouldn't mind watching again sometime. Such a classic. Today's music gives me some Indiana Jones vibes, actually. Yeah, definitely, wouldn't it? I was thinking about that when I was watching the movie. I was kind of like, I was looking at the set. I had this idea while I was watching the movie, because I've been thinking about game mechanics a lot. And I was just thinking about like Diablo, and like, what about like a Archeology style Diablo with a little bit of like a Indiana Jones sort of theme? You know, you're the bold adventurer or something. You know, I was just thinking, what kind of game could that be? That almost sounds interesting. And then, yeah, the music of like Diablo kind of matched the set of Temples of Doom. So, what I remember about the Indiana Jones movies is that growing up, it was like the first and the third were Xisuma Jones and the Derp Crystal. Thank you. The first and the third were the ones that I remember better than the middle one. In fact, I think I was maybe like in my 20s when it was like, wait, there's like a Temple of Doom Indiana Jones? What's this? I gotta watch it. Everyone says it's naff, apparently. It has not aged well thanks to those characters that support Indy. I don't know if that was a critique at the time, but certainly now those characters do not help it. But what Temple of Doom has that I really liked when I first saw it is the set design. And again, I think you could go back and look at some of the scenes sort of smell a little bit, not racist, but just like maybe racially insensitive. It feels like they kind of take the ignorance of Indian culture for a little bit of a ride and do some really bizarre stuff in it, like eating monkey brains out of a monkey head on a plate. Now, one way you can look at it is it's just part of the theme and the sinisterness of it, but all of it does sort of tie into a representation of Indian culture a little bit, I think. That's the tone of the movie. It's always fascinating to go back and watch stuff like that and then be like, this isn't really a great representation of this group of people or that group of people, right? That can happen. But that was absolutely on purpose, says Road Steeding. When you say like absolutely on purpose, I don't think the intent is to portray Indian people in a particular light. I think it's just like an ignorance that sort of permeates. Like if you're writing that, is that written from a place of ignorance? I don't think it would be written from a place of like, oh, these Indians, I want to portray them in this way. I just think it's like you don't know better, and you just, you know, oh, I'm going to make them all like this because I don't really know much about them other than a few odd things or something, right? Like when there's different groups of people that are off in the distance, sometimes the things you know about them tend to just be the differences, the things that are strange and unusual to you, and they can be exacerbated. Tend not to focus on the similarities between groups. So I just look at it like that, like some form of ignorance that has, you know, just the way it was. But the set design is amazing. Power Squirrel 99, thank you for the Amazon Prime, and Black Steel 53, thank you for 18 months. Appreciate it. Year and a half right there. Oh, Ryas, thank you for using the Amazon Prime on me. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support, peeps, as always. I still can't process that Leonard from The Big Bang Theory was the kid in National Lampoon's Christmas Holiday. I'll never get over that. I've got a feeling that those National Lampoon movies might be some of the ones that have also aged utterly terribly. One that was big and popular when I was a kid was American Pie, and those have aged horribly too. Like you go back and watch them, and you're like, there's not much good going on here. But yeah, the Indiana Jones set design on Temple of Doom, just those vivid reds and all like the Satanism adjacent kind of imagery was just so vivid and interesting. Yeah, I really like the set design, and then the whole like minecart rail run. Like, what is the origin of that? What is the origin of a good old runaway minecart? Because like going through all the mines and stuff is just classic. American Pie just hit the nerve of that time, but it didn't have anything to offer that would outlast that generation. It was just silly, under-the-belt humour. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty fair way of summarising it. It definitely didn't have anything under the belt. It's quite shallow as well, like looking back on it. Sort of values it tries to portray and whatnot, but yeah, they were like great for a time, and then you get older, more mature, and then you go back and watch them, and you're like, these are not all that. There's plenty of that. Like it. Sometimes it'll sadden you a little bit as well. You'll be like, I remember these being better, and now I look back and they're not so good. And I felt a little bit of that with like the Indiana Jones one. However, I still find Scary Movie quite funny, even its really problematic political correctness point of view. Yeah, Scary Movie, I don't know if I'd still enjoy that quite the same. Like, I think that's a movie to be enjoyed with friends. Friends who also enjoyed it at the time. Yeah, those Scary Movie ones, man, they were popular, and was it the Wayans brothers are in it, right? And some of their movies were quite funny for a while, but then, I don't know, like, eventually it just felt like I grew out of it or something. It's a bit of old, silly, funny movie, says Skyfighter. Definitely silly fun. So, after watching all seasons of Friends, question mark, says Blackjack, Friends will undoubtedly have something you can go back and go, ooh, that's not right. Friends was one that like I didn't actually like when it was really popular in school, and then I watched it like when I was out of school, and I kind of enjoyed it. But then now when I watch it, just something about the laughter track. Stuff with laughter tracks is really kind of like doesn't do it for me anymore. Anything with a laugh track in these days just don't feel right. You should rewatch the US Office then. What, for the 20th time? I love the US Office. That I cannot imagine that one aging poorly. I mean, I think something like that can age well when, like, the point of like Michael Scott's character is that he'll say unsavory things and show his ignorances in a way where like it really flirts with political incorrectness, let's say, but in a way where like you kind of know he's like a good guy on some level and he's just a bit of a buffoon, but like here he is getting his foot stuck in the mud, so like I imagine that stuff will hold up. Kind of hard to, I don't know, imagine it one day being cancelled or whatever. A clumsy conversationalist. I don't think I've seen that. Friends was filmed in front of an audience, no laugh track. Oh, okay. But you know, like, you know they're cued to laugh, right? Like, it's got that vibe, it's got that feel to it. Like, the laugh thing comes up and everyone laughs. So, to make the distinction, when I say laugh track, I mean in front of a live audience too. I mean, sometimes, yeah, you can watch a comedy, right? That's filmed in front of an audience, but that's an audience that is laughing at the jokes at their own will. Whereas those studio audiences, they have these cues above their head of like when to laugh, and the laugh's always brief, like because they need to then focus on the dialogue again. So like the laughs are actually written into the script in a way, right? Like you give them the cues to laugh, and then everyone laughs briefly and stops. That's the way those things are recorded, and I don't miss it. I don't miss it. It just, at the time it wasn't a problem, but now whenever something's got a laugh track like that, I'm like, ugh, please no, spare me. Only Michael, thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription. 5 months of support right there, appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for supporting the channel. A true laugh is in comedy theatre. You can see what is scripted and unscripted feels like. Is that something I can go look up? Like, or do you mean comedy theatre in general? Yeah, scripted laughing like just doesn't do it for me, I guess. Natural laughing if you're watching like a stand-up or something. Mrs. Brown's Boys has a live audience laughing along, but that's not the only reason it's unwatchable. Yes, that is one of those shows that is diabolically bad. Like, it's like a brain tumor or something. I can't stand that show. In fact, when I first saw that, because some of my family watch it, I actually thought it was a piss take. I thought it was like that Ricky Gervais Extras show where they write all those like terrible jokes in front of the live audience. I literally thought, oh, this is that, and then I realised, no, wait a minute, this actually is that show if it were real, and I hate it. Don't use that word very often, but dang, I cannot stand that show. That is a, yeah, just, yeah, really, really terrible show. What's Mrs. Brown's Boys? Don't even ask. Just don't bother. Just don't bother to know. It's terrible. I can't stand that show. Just totally not my type of humour at all. And yeah, and like I said, I literally thought it was a joke. I thought it was like, the point was like, this show is like, hey, imagine if this was real. Kind of like that Extras show that they did with Ricky Gervais. Which, what I love about that is that when it is a joke, like, there's so much meta to it that's really hilarious. Like, when they're telling the bad jokes, like, you know these jokes are really bad. So you can sort of see it in the character. You can see him sort of dying inside a little bit of like, oh, this is what I do, I guess. It's brilliant. What about Rick and Morty? I really like it. I'm rewatching it. I'm in season 2. Season 1, episode 10. I forget which one it is now because I've just been blitzing through them a bit. But I remembered it was season 1, episode 10. It ends with some stuff in it that could clearly be picked up later, and I can't remember if they did or they didn't. But they leave some things in the episode, especially at the end, where it's like, This might get picked up again, and does it? Because I've seen the whole show. I just can't remember if they did something with it again. I think that is the Evil Morty one. It might be, yes, because Evil Morty goes off with the crowd, right? So it's like, so somewhere out there, there's an Evil Morty that's smart enough to fool everyone. And like, does he come back and actually do that? I don't know. The Ricks episode, yeah, the introduction to all the other Ricks. That comes back. Oh, okay. Gets wrapped up in season 4 or 5. Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen all of them, but, you know, after season 4, like, it does tend to trail a little bit. You know, it's still good, it's got those occasional jokes, but it just doesn't quite hit you like when it was fresh. I'm getting some lower FPS around here. We've still got a few folks on. What is everyone else up to? Also, what's up with Cleo's skin? That looks interesting. Like a zombie cat Cleo. Ah! Straight into a wall. Man, this music's dramatic. I love it. Close Encounters of the Rick Kind, Season 1, Episode 10. That's the one, yeah. Cleo looks more like a Ravager to me. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Xisuma agree, but then the new season came with a new villain, which makes it interesting again for me. Did the new season have a new villain? Like, the new season's, like, been a little bit here, there, and everywhere. I think maybe what I just need to do is, like, watch the new episode more than once to really, like, take it in. But the one about social media, the commentary about, like, this whole superhero kind of, what is it, Pissman or something, like, and then how people are, like, reacting to it on social media was just so good, like, so well done. This song sounds like you're in Star Wars, says Skulls of Doom. I've listened to this soundtrack a lot and drawn those same comparisons before. I really do love the 5th part of the Diablo soundtrack. I left it in the playlist because it comes back up in the Torchlight soundtrack, and I just wanted to, like, prime my mind for that. I think. I don't know. This is how I interact with music. Like, I'm designing an experience when I pick out some records to listen to. I think you just said Pissman and it's very serious. Yeah, no, there's a character called Pissman, and like, he's a superhero who sprays piss everywhere. And so, like, what Rick and Morty does is it just takes crass, absurd, silly, you know, toilet humor, but then underneath lies a much more either like serious or deep message or like a political commentary. And not always, sometimes it really is just a bunch of slapstick, but they're always like messing around with some other concept just under the surface. Not like rewatching the first season, I realized there's less of that in the first season, but they definitely get really into that by the time of the 3rd season. And we're currently watching season 2. There's definitely some of it again, like it's popping up again. Roadsteading says, I worked with some of the Rick and Morty team in the 90s on some internet stuff, and Roland and Harmon are notorious for having high and low spurts on quality. They have 10 seasons reapproved, so it'll come around for sure. Yeah, well, you know, like I just said, there's this like one episode that really caught my attention this season, and yeah, I'm sure they're capable of doing it. I imagine they have their own philosophy on how they want to do stuff, you know, and maybe it's just like, hey, let's just roll with the punches and make stuff, and sometimes it'll be great, sometimes it'll be alright, and just have fun doing it. I don't know, but you know, it's for them to do, it's their show, and I'm just a fan, it's cool. But yeah, but going back to Pissman, which is a line, you know, I'm famous for saying here on this channel. Like, it's so crass and absurd what he is, but the way the story unfolds, you realise, like, the obscenity of it doesn't really matter. It's like what's actually happening in how his character is perceived, and then the effects of that perception that has on his life, the impact it has on his family, the consequences of that, how it guilt trips Rick, and then there's this just tangled web of like social media, like knee-jerk responses to current events, and just things changing swiftly, and it's so well done. Oh god, the sticky blocks, that's what it is. If you get to see The Last Man Standing, which isn't that a Schwarzenegger movie? Oh, what am I doing here? But an old sitcom feel starring Tim Allen. It reminds me of Home Improvement from the 90s. Oh, there's a show. Those sorts of shows have really like died for me. I don't know, like I never watched that one specifically, but dang, like sitcoms from the 90s and stuff are really, I don't know, they're just, I have no desire to watch them. I don't even know what to say. I just feel like, you know, media today has moved on so much. Like a show I've really enjoyed, the last one that's felt like a big deal after, you know, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, for me has been Succession. That's the last like show that I've tuned in. It's now on what, like a 4th season, where it's like, oh, this is doing something I haven't seen before that's like really fascinating. And these shows, like, that's what's popular now, right? It's nothing like a sitcom. Like, with all those, like, just lines, like shallow characters that just deliver half-baked jokes. Those shallow lines. Whenever I listen to Black Flag's TV Party, it always makes me think of those sorts of shows. I mean, and it, like, you know how it is. If you grew up with one, you watched it all the time, you'd love to see it again on occasion. Like, I used to watch Nickelodeon as a kid, and I'm sure I'd probably enjoy an episode of like Rugrats or Hey Arnold or something, right? But then for, I don't know, like someone of the age that I was when I watched that today, man, they want to be watching some stuff on YouTube or a Twitch streamer. They don't want to watch no Rugrats, right? Like, the times change. The times change. And we change with it. Or you don't change and you become a dinosaur. When I was a kid, I watched Knight Rider and always wanted the car, says Curls. I'm not sure if I've seen Knight Rider. Isn't this the title theme for... This bit of the song is halfway through Ancients, the 5th song of Act 5. This is what you hear when you load up Diablo 2 with the expansion pack, and I love it. David Hasselhoff with his AI car. Come on, X, says Curls of Doom. Nope, don't know what it is. You've reminded me of something though, Curls. I wanted to get some of the peeps from my Discord, like my mods, my admins. Get some peeps together sometime this season to play a game. Oh, not David Copperfield. Ah, oh, David, you've been creepered. Oh, that feels rotten. That feels rotten to the core. Uh-oh. Well, I need to grab my redstone box. Where did I leave my ender chest? Oh, wait, no, it's literally here. We got some goodies. I guess I need some warped wood. I don't have any logs on me. Oh, is there more bits lying around? Yeah, there might be some more bits. Oh, gosh, that's horrible. It's horrible. Time to load up the schematic. Tweety Bird, I was thinking of doing it without the schematic. I forgot that was there. Thanks for the suggestion. Save me a hassle. Also, does anyone know what the other hermits are up to? Please do let me know, because this was like a get on stream evening, and I wanted to partake in the shenanigans, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to like hunker down and get a bit of this done, and we've got a fair bit of it done, so we might have time to join them. And I apologise if you told me earlier and I missed the message. Don't ask, says Winter. Well, I am asking. I'm literally asking. Mayday, mayday, Copperfield down. Repeat, Copperfield down, says Skyfighter. Fortunately for us, it was just a partial bit of the module. We can see where the destruction took place. It might I think I understand how this thing works well enough to not only fix it, but then have it ready to just continue, right? Yeah, so we can take advantage of this-ish, I think. So yeah, there's a block that goes here. Then there is another redstone torch that we are missing. I just heard something age. Over on that side, also missing a block. Okay, the contents of that is correct. So this thing here, what I think I'm going to do is probably take the copper blocks out and then just reset this manually. That's not where that goes, right? Need to probably step this thing up now. So we lost a couple of observers. And then that over there I don't think we worry about. And then sticky pistons, right? Observers and sticky pistons. Probably going to need like one of those, one of these, two of them. And then, didn't I pick one of those up already? There it is. Got a weird feeling. No, I'm good. What's that down there? 3 buttons we found. Oh look, a piece of redstone. Oh, a piece of candy. I need a way up. Cool. Yeah, piece of redstone. Sticky piston here. Squish me! Sticky piston there. Oh, made a clock! And it burned out. Thank goodness for that. This thing is probably definitely not supposed to have a copper block in it, so let's just get rid of that for a second. The one on the other side, though, was fully oxidized, so we'll leave it there. Did I actually place an observer there? I did. I did, okay. Then it's got some planks behind it, as you can see. Hey, 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 noise in the ear, Evil X here. And no one's telling me what they're doing. Sally Ann 123, 85 months. Merry Christmas and a happy holiday to all X. Loving the direction your builds are going. Thank you so much, Sally Ann. Appreciate your continued support. Obviously, I had a big hand from Pixel here. Carl's Doom says Pixie's building something that looks like a swimming pool, and Joe seems to be doing something on his own as well. Some snow decorating. I think Cleo is there. What does it look like? Alright. We might take a... excuse me, burping. Might take a trip over there in a minute. Right, so we got... Oh, I need more sticky pistons. Why did I place it down there? Just take a bunch, and then we'll be good. What we want to do is put it there. Then have a sticky block. Yeah. Okay, then I want to jump to that side. Put the slime block here. Yeah, I don't think it's good for this thing to be loaded, so I'm gonna... Okay, take that away, that's fine. So I'd say as of right now... Okay, let's turn off this schematic. Like, if we look at all of these ones right here, they're aging. When they finished aging, they put it there. So at this point, we want the machine to think these have aged, even though they haven't. So if I drop down to this level, I think we're good to pop over here, and you'll see that the droppers are at the... They've got the items at the bottom. So we come over here to where they broke, and just like that, make sure they're at the bottom, and then it should be good to come along and pick them up. I hope. And it is tricky to keep track of where they were placed. I'm pretty sure, yep, we're definitely at the right spot. And they're all at the bottom. So it thinks they've all been picked up. Yeah. something's different here because of the torch. Did we just get torch burnout that didn't get resolved? Like, that torch should be on. Why would it not be on? Is there like another bit of redstone hidden? There's that I did not know about. Right, so that bit's on that side. But why is it on? Because of that comparator. Oh, there's a comparator missing on the opposite side. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That's a good old discovery right there. So if we go back to the one that had fully ejected, its comparator was on. Yes. Okay, look at that. No, the piston's in the correct position, so it should look like that. Yeah. I think we're good. I think we fully repaired it. Nice. Nice. Very fortunate. And I say fully repaired, you know, like we got this block lying around, but that's fine. Oh yeah, let's put away these... right, I'm going to have to hold on to that, though. Put away these redstone components. Uh-huh. And get back to work. We got glow-like into play, and then place, and then we'll probably get back to... we'll probably go take a break from working on this. Oh my goodness me. Can't land anywhere useful, can I? Yeah, actually I need that because I need to remember. Right, so we must have been going over this bit when we got creepers. I'm looking ahead now. To avoid frustration in the future, double check if all droppers are set up correctly now. We did. Did I not? Oh, that's the worst. I left the block. We did double check the hoppers, I believe. Will the aging count be messed up now, says Skyfighter? No, I deliberately put them in a position that means that they're good to go again and that the machine will come across and pick up the stuff. I do actually understand a fair bit about how this works. It's just because I haven't like built it myself. Like, it's a little... It takes a little bit of thought, let's say, you know? Like, it's not immediately apparent, but... pretty confident... look, I'm missing the button over there now. So I have to whiz all the way over here just to get one block to make a button. I choose you. And yes, all of this that we did in the previous stream needs to be raised up several blocks. No dirt button was pressed due to that creeper ignition. Correct. Correct. Creeper ignition, not a derp. Some might disagree. These people are called fiends. Dang it! Oh, those honey blocks. There's also a slime block missing and a slime block where the honey block should be, if I saw that right. We'll double check, we'll double check. Oh yeah, look, I've put them the wrong way around, that's all. It's not that they're missing, it's just that I put... I mean, technically it'll still work, I've just put them on the wrong side. So... that being said, didn't we, like, follow what the schematic said to do? So maybe when... Oh no, that's... No, yeah, maybe when... Hang on, what are we looking at here? Yeah, maybe when Pix put this together, he just decided to swap them out. So, that's actually there. This is actually here. That's where the extra button goes, thank goodness. Right. Sick of making that jump and failing. X, I see you got your 30 milligram script of derpium today. Ah, with the jokes, with the jokes. Okay. We might have to call it, No, I can't make that joke. My brain's memory's not good enough. Had an idea, but it failed. Right, so this is the one right here. And if we look into that dropper at the top, you can see that it's empty. So then, as that one is, so hop over here. This one won't be empty, yeah, because of the age of the copper. So, pretty sure it's all done correctly. Just got to watch out for more creepers now. I don't see anything. Do you? And once we place the last of these, they won't ever be able to spawn in here again. So, you know, it was bound to happen. But well, let's try and keep it at 1-0. Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Oh! This is scary! Where are you? You're dead. You're dead. Jeez! 1-0. We've equalised! With the creeper kind. Okay, now I am going into paranoia mode and just turning on the hitboxes. Getting our technique on now. Gonna have to get rid of those beacons at some point. I'm not sure if like one of them is essential for doing stuff elsewhere. I think I would like to shut them off so that the whole room has a kind of like a sane lighting, because I guess what I could do is I could like plug in them with blocks higher up so that then they can sort of be turned on and off with redstone or something, but I think I'm probably going to just look at deactivating them if nothing else like relies on them. So I don't know if something relies on it. Why not turn on jump boost so if you fall you don't have to run around? I don't really like jump boost. It's not a bad idea, but like it's a bit of a venture to go off and change those beacons, and then I'm probably going to find that I want haste 2 later on anyway. So, but it does make me think, you know, when you propose a solution or a question to something, like it makes me think if this base were like structured a little differently, I could have like a 5 beacon setup and then a control panel somewhere to like turn on and off the different settings of the beacons. I've had some ideas like that lately that make me think about like what I might do in season 10, where it's like I keep like I went into this season thinking I was going to play very different, and then I kind of just didn't really have a plan. So I think like whenever next season comes around, I think I'm going to have like way more of a structured plan. You know, with the freedom to do things spontaneously, of course, but when it comes to base building, like, have a bit more of an overall concept or something. Hey look, we're catching up with where the glass is. That means we're probably doing, fell down again, the very last bits. All you need is a jetpack mod. Yeah, that's definitely what I need. Oh! Nope. Like that. Hop, lop, lop, dop, dop. Do not know what that sound was, but I made it anyway. Hey, are we missing, we're missing some buttons over here. Heyo, gotta come back and do that one again. So it's the... I'll soon forget. Build the whole base out of pink glazed terracotta. That is not the plan. That is not the plan. I'll tell you now, that is not the plan. Let's have a look. Do we need more of that? Maybe, but probably not. We're looking for stone, right? Yeah, there we go. While we're on the topic of missing stuff, you're missing a honey block. Check Discord. No, the module behind it has a honey block missing. For sure. 4 from the back to be exact. The one behind it, let's say. Oh yeah, that one does. Nice, good spot. I guess that blast went a little further than we realised. That means that that one might also need some sort of adjustment, so we've got to keep that in mind. Then we've got to make our... I'm not going to use a rocket. Just end up face palming into a wall. You misplaced a glow lichen near that block on a piston. Don't even. Now you're trying to mess with me. I think it was somewhere around here. It's the next one over. Pro skills! Oh wait, was it the next one over is in over there? Yeah, it was. Pro skills again! Oh! I'm a jumping god. Oh, wait a minute. No, that does have its block. Yeah, look at that. So, if it's fully oxidized, it should be pushed out. Okay, so this means... Let's see what happens when we do this, because we're not going to have... Oh, no, wait. That doesn't do anything. I'm simply going to take the block then. But it is primed, I believe. It is correctly primed. Yeah. Yeah, that torch tells you what's up. Kel says, hey X, you missed a spot. Ah! Don't even. You reminded me of something. I was looking at the Twitch recap thing, and there was like the emotes that were used over the year and stuff. And the most used emote here in this chat was the love heart, the little Xisuma love heart. And I was like, isn't that lovely? Like, literally lovely, because it's a love heart. Oh, X, stop explaining stuff. You ruin it, said someone in the back. Here we go. Here we go. Don't know what happened here. Pix placed a few of them, and then not a few. Anyway, now that we know where we are, we can actually check the last few that we did. And there's some more love hearts in the chat. Well, it's definitely staying top now, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not seeing any awkwardly placed glow lichen there. Pro skills, pro skills. Oh, not pro skills. Painful skills. And there it is. Now we've got to go on to the next row over. Look, you can see these things are so close to being oxidized. We haven't had a machine come out, but dang, I wouldn't be surprised if one came out. And I think we're now at the very last row of glow lichen that needs to be placed. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. Cool. Job's done. Literally. The whole thing has glow lichen over it now. Awesome. So, a little bit of terracotta in the middle. And more glass, and then that's kind of it. I feel like I've had my fix of this for today, though. So I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy, let me say. Yeah, we'll just throw some things into chests around here, like, hey, you can be used later on. I guess that one has a home over here. Food goes on the hotbar. Place that block there so it can age. Yes, I know it's close to other ones. Look at that weird old thing. Right, so my question is, where are the others on the server? What are they doing? I think I might switch to seating as well. I've been stood the entire time. Can you believe it? You probably can. You're probably like, X, come on, I know what standing is. Jeez, it's like, you know, 1 foot here, 1 foot there. It's not that difficult. Why are you going on about it, X? Well, I'm going on about it because I'm at a computer, remember? Oh, mind blown. Also, I think I'm going to guzzle down a little bit of water. Let's hydrate. Hydrate time. In fact, I feel like I need the toilet, to be honest. Let's take a quick toilet break. I'll be super quick, and then we'll find the other hermits and see what they're up to. How about that? I'll be right back, peeps. Oh, I missed it. I didn't get back in time. Did you see it? Soulside Eclipse. Go check that out on Spotify. That's my music. Yeah, alright. Pixel's still building the pool. Cleo's building an armor stand in what looks like the Christmas area, and Joe says he is landscaping. So we'll head over to the Christmas area, I reckon. Oh, I had to put on an extra layer. I had to put on a nice woolly top because it is cold. Like it happens. I was really busy before I started streaming. So I've been moving about, doing this and that. The heating was on in the house. I was getting sweaty, taking off a layer. But like, it is cold here in the UK. And yeah. it gets chilly. It goes down quick. So I threw on a nice woolly fleece. And yes, I'm sitting down now. Oh, lucky me. I'm so relaxed or something, Saki. Oh, great sarcasm, X. Something Saki. Couldn't have done better myself. Too much ice. Oh, man. I had to go get in the car, right? Like, so the other day when I went to get in the car, there was like 6 inches of snow all over it. But I kind of knew that. I was thinking ahead. So I like put on the engine, warm it up, trying to get all the snow off of it. It was a bit of a mission. That was fine. But when I went out today, I forgot to think about the cold. So even though I got rid of all the snow and stuff, right? Like, it's all frozen again. I got to scrape it all off. It like takes ages for the car to heat up, and the gate was frozen. I had to go back in, right, after I'm like wrestling with all this ice and stuff. I had to go back inside, and I had to boil a kettle, and then come out and pour it on the gate to unfreeze parts of it. And as I was doing it, I was like, that's going to freeze later. And what would you know, when I got back? Yep, all that warm water, it's just frozen. It's frozen solid and causing a pain. And, it was funny. But, like, it just takes up time. It's like all these little things in your day and stuff that just keep adding up. And you got to enjoy it, really. There's always something. Life is just one thing after another. You just got to enjoy the motions. All those little things to do. Just try and take a bit of pride in it. Or something. Mix salt in the water, it won't freeze and melts ice better. Oh, right. That's a good tip. I think I've heard that one before. I just, yeah, didn't really think of it. I just went straight from the kettle, though. I could have, like, put it in a cup and mixed some salt in. Pretty good idea, that. Where do we want to go to get to that Christmassy area? This portal's kind of nearby. It's kind of nearby. See if we can find some peeps. Also, X, in the block you moved the copper for, I think the piston also needs to be moved. Dang it, I should have read that and checked that before we left, but I'm a goose. XVX Goose, says Carls. Oh. XVX Goose, eh? I don't think I'm going to add any new emotes for quite some time. There's already a whole bunch. You know. You know. Look at that pillar of glory. Whose head is that? Oh god, I smacked into it. That's whose head it was. One that I smacked into. This place is looking cool. Oh yeah, there's a few new things here.
That's in the financial crisis we're in.
Dear Lord.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, hello?
You've startled me.
Christmas spirit, is that you? The ghost of Christmas past?
No, it's just a Doom guy who's been slaying demons.
Oh, hi, X.
Hi, Cleo.
How you doing?
Someone was shouting at me.
It wasn't
Probably
me, was
Ollie.
it? I've not been shouting, Xisuma. I've been talking about Christmas gooses.
Oh. I was
That's
just talking
how
about
exactly the
gooses
same.
too, as it goes.
Oh my god, we're the same, you and I.
I was calling myself a
Damn.
goose. What's
Oh,
been
you know
going on
what,
around
we-
here?
I'm trying to build a gazebo and it's going poorly.
Oh.
False is... not false. Cleo is hopefully building me.
Over here, over here.
Oh, armor stand magic.
Arm stand magic.
Armor stand
He's
magic.
toasting a marshmallow! Oh, that's actually cute as hell. Oh, that's precious. Why am I sat on my own? Why do I have no friends, Cleo?
Look, you're very demanding, and
This
I
takes
haven't
time.
really
This
got
is an
around-
art form,
Like,
you know.
honestly, I was talking to X rather than you. and you just invited yourself into our conversation, so you know I wasn't ready.
I was
is
in the
what I'm
middle of
saying.
X. X was just calling wildly for anyone. They didn't call me or you specifically.
Yeah, I just kind of flew in, spout in my mouth, commenting on
Maybe
everything.
X wanted to talk to me. How about that, Cleo? Maybe I should sit with X at the fire.
You were saying
No,
something
kick
about a
someone out.
financial
Like X.
crisis when I came over.
I didn't realize I
X.
wasn't muted. My bad.
X, guess what I want?
Yes? What do you want? Wait, I got to guess.
Just one guess.
I'm very bad at guessing.
It's not difficult, X. Ollie, it's just related to what Ollie just said to you.
The financial crisis.
No, about needing a friend.
Oh,
I'm so not on the wavelength right now.
yeah, I'm not on the
Give me your
wavelength.
head, X. Give me your head. I want your head.
No,
I'll put you next to Ollie.
no, I have
We could be
1335
friends,
levels of
X.
XP. It's going to be 1337 again soon.
Actually, that
Give
is
me
quite a
that
lot of
vanity.
levels.
Give me that vanity.
Hold on, I can get you a sausage
Go and
head
get
if
me
you
a
want
head.
sausage.
Go and get me
I'd
one
like
of
to-
your heads.
I will, okay. But don't kill
Okay.
me.
Wait,
I know-
wait, while
I
you're
know
going.
you've
Wait,
got
wait,
one.
wait, wait. X,
Yes?
don't go.
No?
Don't go. Do you have a dragon head? You seem like a person that would have a dragon head. You
I have
seem
a dragon
wise and
head.
strong. Do you have more than one dragon head spare?
I think the one that I have, I'm happy to give away. So, yes.
You brought Christmas spirit to me this day, Xisuma.
Yes, at the low price of
What?
1 million diamonds.
No, I don't have... Well, that's a Christmas joke, Mark.
That's definitely a joke. Oh.
No, I think I can give you the invisible hand of the market. Why do I keep
Oh,
getting
this!
Where does this
The
keep
invisible
coming
hand
from?
of the
Where
market.
do I keep finding this?
But I thought I put the invisible hand
You
of
did!
the market in
You
June.
did! How have I got that again?
Right, I'm going to do a magic trick, my
Don't.
friends. I'm going to do a magic trick.
X,
Oh,
X,
he's
X,
spinning.
Before you
It's
go, I
law.
want to show you a
I
thing. I want
can't
to show you
seem
a thing.
to press the right button. Oh, there's the right button at last. Okay,
I wanna
magic
show
trick.
You a thing, X.
Magic
Oh.
trick.
Magic? Magique.
Oh,
Oh, what?
what?
You've made it go weird.
It's an allay totem of undying.
Does it do anything different?
No.
Fortunately not, it just looks cool.
Well, I like it. It's whimsical. It's cute.
I'll
It's
be
like I've got a
honest,
little guy.
Giving it to Ollie is sort of a mistake because it's going to be used immediately.
It will get used. I'm currently sitting on 4 hearts, and I've died 10 times today, X.
Well, what's cool, apparently it changes the animation
Thank
too,
you,
so
thank
you'll have a little allay pop up in front of you, which is cool.
Ooh, that's very funky.
is really
Thank you.
Do you want any allays over here? We do actually have an allay sanctuary where you can breed them and then bring them with you.
Are they Christmas allays?
I mean, allays are pretty
They're
Christmassy, I think. They're like
Could
little...
you model little hats onto them?
Oh, now you got me thinking. I don't think that's possible,
Oh,
unfortunately.
God.
But them wearing these little Christmas
Oh.
hats would just be... Cleo,
pleasure.
you can put these
You're-
hats on... Wait, you already did? No? You can put these
No,
hats
Over
on
here,
armor
over
stands
here,
too.
Over here.
Let's see it. See it in action.
Oh.
Oh,
Why have I not got a
wow.
hat
Okay,
on,
wait, no.
Cleo?
You made your
You're
own hat.
already wearing a hat.
I don't
I
even
didn't
know how
make
that...
mine.
How did you make... What is that? That is like wild berries? Or is that actually a part of the hat?
That's the
That's
hat.
just a hat.
That's the...
Okay,
It's an armor stand, right?
there's
So it's
another
got-
hat that I
Yeah.
haven't seen. I'm only aware of 2.
Okay, like, hang on. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, no, that's the only copy of that hat that I've got.
It's down hither. Come with me, X. In trade for
Hither.
your dragon head, I will show you my wares. Not this box. Not this box. Not this box. Not
Which
this box.
box is
not this
it?
box, Not this
Come
box.
on.
This box. Ooh, have a look in here.
Ah! Oh, they're gone.
Try that on for size,
There you
big
go.
man. Big man with the big heart, like the Grinch. Well, after he got a bigger heart. Oh, look at that.
Okay, that's adorable.
That's
I-
adorable. You
that's
look.
very
I
cute.
like the other one more because it makes me look like, I don't know, like I might bump into a wall occasionally, you know? Like
And
look
you
at
might.
look at the way
I'm not
that that
being
hat
rude,
is
but you
aligned
look
with
like
my
that
eyes.
most of the time.
Thanks, Cleo.
You're welcome, X.
Always there
Give me
with
a
that
head.
bat just to swing at me, just to take me down a
Mwah.
peg.
Give me a head. Give me a head.
Oh,
That'll be nice
okay,
to you.
okay, I'll go get heads of dragons and doom guys and bring them
Excellent
over
news.
here.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
What a gamer.
Thank you.
Wow. What a. Now I just need one more.
Oh dear. Oh, that's what I love about this place. Just yeah, I just went for a tour. I was just gonna like go have a look, and God, you never know what's gonna happen. This is beautiful, by the way. I don't know when False did that. I feel like the last time I was here, it didn't have that. I wonder if False is going to want some copper for the roof. Ow! Cleo really has it out for your head, says Live Laugh. No me. Here's the thing. I'm not 100% sure that I have one of my heads lying around. I'm pretty sure I do. But I would definitely not be sure about having two. Oh god, look at my pro skills of navigating. That is not a normal way to enter a base. Okay, I have multiple dragon heads, so that's not a problem. As for my own, I don't have it. I need to like get back there and then... Oh, I wonder if I've got something that I could just like try and pass off as my own head. I really don't. I seem to recall seeing one though. Maybe it ended up over here. Okay, I've got to set up a filter for that. I thought I saw one lying around. Was it? Steal the one on the pillar quest. That is a genius idea to get me out of trouble. Maybe it was in here, I was just thinking. I seem to just remember being in my base and there's like, oh, there you go, you know. Anyway, obviously we've got to fly back over here with that on. Yeah! Oh, amazing skills with the flight there. Totally didn't panic, just managed to, you know, shimmy on through there like a professional. There is one behind the castle. When you say behind... Like, in the castle, I'd be like, okay. Behind, I'm like, what's behind the castle? Kill your camera account. I can't do that. It's a camera account. Multiple people are saying there's one behind the castle. So, I will go behind the castle, and then I will probably be like, you know, why am I behind the castle? Give them a skeleton head. Now that would be a rarity. The 7 heads that Scar brought to Ren. Ah! Okay, that was a thing I remember, but I didn't know, like, whereabouts they did that. Like, how far behind the castle? I now wonder. Some crazy terrain over here. Fly back to the castle, someone in chat says. Apparently I missed them. Okay. Were there those spiky things on the side? Was it here? Aha. Is that behind, or is that on the side of the castle? Because the castle has an entrance. This is kind of amazing. I'm going to leave it. I'll go get the other one. Oh, there might be some in the... Wait a minute. I just had an idea. Let's see if we can get away with one here. Stefan RBK, thank you for 36 months. Did you miss the Mumbo prank again? Oh, you did. You did. Tuning in too late. My dude. Missed out on all that Mumbo action. Uh-huh. Do I remember my number? It's been a minute. Let's see. And the last thing there was that. I think it was around 36. Okay. Wells Night. Stress monster. 38. Okay, that's a pretty good guess, you know, pretty good guess. So that's what I'm going to try and pawn off, and then I'll go grab an insurance policy. Policy. Oh, great pronunciation of word X. You added in letters. Well done. Does this mean Doc is alive again? Doc is alive. I bumped into him yesterday and he has once again broken the Minecraft. There was a Minecraft, then there was Doc, then it was broken. It wasn't me. That's what Bart would say. Okay. Right, insurance policy, here we go. Let's see if we can find this financial crash discussion going on. Hi.
Hark, the Herald Angel speaks.
I have come from the heavens bearing a gift.
Oh, you sweetheart. Here, have a hat on me.
Oh,
in
thank you.
trade.
Oh, in trade. I was going to say the gift is my face, but I can't take this from you. I've got like all the stuff. I've been playing on here for too long.
I don't have inventory space for it, X.
Well, in that case, I'll take it off your hands.
Excellent news. Enjoy that. It's a Christmas spirited hat, full of
Thank
cheer.
you. I feel more cheery. Well, actually, that other hat was
cheerier?
pretty. The other hat was like way more cheerier.
It was a bit more cheery, yeah. I think I like the shape of what I've got here. It's getting there. I want to build a Christmas put on it, but learning how to do half circles in Minecraft is difficult. And I know I need to make a full half sphere is what I'm going to have to make on top. I want a pud shape.
Yeah, circles in a square game, always a bit tricky,
Not
isn't it?
easy. But it's okay because I'm a gamer and I've got a lot of room to grow.
Brilliant. If you need any materials that you might not have, just let me know. We've got farms and stuff, and I don't know.
I
Might be
will.
able
I've
to
sort
help.
of been scrounging off everyone so far. I'll add you to the list of people I'm willing to scrounge off.
Brilliant. Cool. Yeah, hit me up. Anyway, I've got to go find Cleo and give her this dodgy head of mine.
Very
Yes.
good. Good luck, my liege.
It's not a normal
Goodbye.
head. See ya.
It's not a hard journey. She's just there.
Cleo.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I got my head for you. Here it
Thank
is. Look at that. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
You. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
see you
I
around.
actually have an actual head?
Nah, that's
Head, not
good
head.
enough.
Head,
It's
not
good
head.
enough.
I will come and kill you.
Okay. Okay, there's my backup plan.
Thank
That's
you
a
very
real
much.
one. I can't wait to see
It'll work.
where I end up in here though, because this is amazing.
I haven't
Beautiful.
decided yet, but yeah.
Put me
I
somewhere
especially
derpy.
like.
Then I'll find it
Okay.
immediately.
Have you seen the most derpy place?
No, go on. What's the most derpy play? This?
Jimmy.
Oh!
Jimmy is a tiny doll.
That's brilliant. That's just brilliant. Oh, that's lovely.
Considering he's small.
I love the snowball
small.
fight as well. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the heads.
Thank you, X.
And thanks for
I
not killing me.
appreciate it. You're very welcome. I will not kill you. Promise. Bye.
Bye-bye. Where else to go to? Someone said Pixel's building a swimming pool, but I guess not here then. Arda Bong, thank you for gifting a sub to Astro Thinks. Appreciate you doing that. Appreciate you doing that. He's at Zed's base. Oh, right, okay, let's go drop in on Pix. Let's do that. Yeah, thank you for gifting that sub, my dude. Astro Thinks, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Well, there's Zed's base, and this is officially near to it. And I don't see Pixel. Also, this music is just so dramatic. Oh, that looks like a swimming pool. I'm taking the high dive. Oh, this is very swimming
Hello.
pool-y. Hey,
is.
Pix.
Hey, Xisuma. It turned out quite well, I thought.
It's really nice. Is this for your Zedvancement?
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to keep most of it secret from the chat right now, but it is for his advancement, and it's a fun one. This is one of many challenges that our competitors will be put through. We'll put them through their paces.
Nice. No, I was thinking like, what are you trying to keep secret? And then I'm like, oh wait, yeah. Hopefully I didn't say too much by saying that, you know. Hopefully that was known. Okay, cool. I was just, kind of like wrapping up my stream and, just being nosy.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
The Copperfield, by the way, aesthetics, like it's not all complete, but you can go down there and really see it now. And we had
cool.
a creeper explosion.
I heard about the creeper.
Yeah.
I did hear about the creeper. Chat did snitch on that.
Yeah,
particular
I'm
event.
confident I fixed it because you've explained it to me like, and I actually understand it. And now I feel like I've reset it. So I've taken out the copper blocks. I put the shovels in the right place, and it's kind of ready to go again. So should all be
Cool.
good.
Good stuff. Yeah, I mean you've still got the schematic, so if you need that, then it's always there.
Yes,
But,
and when I was using that, I noticed that you actually swapped around the honey and slime blocks on one side, maybe?
yeah, I think I just did that for aesthetics and symmetry, but it doesn't really matter which ones you do as long as they don't meet in the middle, because if
Yeah.
two of them touch, then they're going to drag each other around.
That's it, yeah. I just noticed my chat's going wild as I'm being raided, so... anyway, I just wanted to say, like, when you next go by there, you'll get a feel for how it'll look like when it's finished. It's pretty much most of the way there, so...
Cool,
awesome
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Cool, alright, see you around, dude.
Have a good one, Xisuma.
Hey, welcome all the raiders! From Cleo's stream. Obviously, I was just there a minute ago, right? I am just being nosy after I've been working on David Copperfield, so please do stick around. We're literally heading right back there, and y'all have got to see this. This is just an amazing gift that Pixel Riffs has come and given to us here on Hermitcraft, and it's now going to be like a key part of my base. And Carls of Doom has gifted a sub to Socks of Doom. Brilliant. Appreciate you doing that, Curls. Supporting your fellow of Dooms, I guess. So this right here, entrance to my base, ended up being abandoned, but we're going to bring it back by waterlogging the inside of this, and then you will use the swimming with the conduit to get down here, because this, what I'm doing right now, is just terrible. It's just terrible. So it's going to go to all the different parts of my base through the spine of the ribcage. And then it will come down to the Copperfield, which is actually going to be a little bit higher than our current entrance. Right. So, this is it. This is a crazy giant machine that ages copper. And these bits in the middle, it brings them back out. And sadly, we don't have a fully aged system yet, otherwise I'd be able to show you that. We got some that are pretty darn close, like there's a couple of blocks. Well, that one hasn't even started. Dang it. Dang it. Do we even have one that's close? It's probably not worth looking at because, you know, if one's close, we might get lucky and it come out while we're here. That's a lot of redstone, yeah. Is it finished? All of the redstone is. All of the aesthetics have been basically figured out, but we still got to do a little bit of work, like here, for example. And then it was around here. Right, so we had like an explosion, and I forget what the suggestion was. It's going to be hard to spot where it is. The block that we moved the copper for, I think the piston needs to be moved. Okay, I can see nothing wrong with this bit. So if it's aged fully, it looks like that, right? Yeah, we need to look for ones that are set up like that don't have blocks in front of them. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We missed a row of lichen. Okay, I've got to come back and do a little bit more, I guess. So it must have been further over here. We had a creeper spawn on this thing and then explode. I am seeing a lot of fully aged blocks lying around. And not a lot of spots. Let's start again. It was definitely on this side of the room. It wasn't too far away from the beacon. Here it is. This is the spot. This is where the creeper blew up. So does that look correct? When they're pushed out, it's back like that, yeah. So that piston is indeed not in the right spot. So if we fly over there, we've got one piston to replace. Then we need some glow lichen. And then we'll do a little bit more block placing. I think. Wait a minute. Is it over to the side? There it is. Gotta love the free cam, super helpy. Ugh. Yes, this one right here just needs to be moved forward one block. Thank you for that, Lucaro. Thank you for your attentive eye. Huh. No! It's wrong! Let's try again. I think you just gotta click. It's always annoying. Maybe if I'm here and I... Yes, there we go. Good. Cool. Right, let's go get some glow lichen. And we can probably finish off the terracotta here as well. You need a David Copperfield loader. Yeah, there's possibly other things you could do to extend this and make it more productive and whatnot, but I really just love what it is right now. I don't think I've got quite the engineering mind to make it much better. Hang on a second, we don't need the dyes. We already put all this stuff in here. Dang, look at that. Hoping that's enough to finish the room. But put the dyes back over here then. Might I need something else? Might I need something else? No, I don't think I do. Oh, glow like it. Oh, I knew. I knew there was a reason. Thank you for the like-ins in chat. Appreciate it. Alright, let's go find... Oh, a bit of a yawn. It's not like me. Well, actually, I do yawn a little bit. Just, not normally when I'm streaming. Wait, where was it? Oh, it's the one on the right. So, somehow when doing all of this, I missed this. I should probably do a bit of a pass, I guess. With the camera again. I really like how this room looks, even though it's just surrounded by stone. I don't think I'm going to, like, change the walls. I've done that in Minecraft before, where it's like you have this mega room and you rip out all of the walls and change it with that other material, and it just... I don't know. I've done it too many times, right? Doesn't feel quite so worth it. If we played in a world for, like... If this was, like, a 5-year world, I think I'd really enjoy doing something like that. Because you're going to come back here over and over again. Like, when I watch Etho's Let's Play, I realise there's something really cool about how long this thing has lasted for. That gives you a kind of feeling of permanence to the projects. You made me yawn. Actually, like, mimicking or... mimicking isn't the right word, but, you know, like, certain types of body language we mirror, but also they can be, like, cues. So you hear someone yawn, and then it just makes you, like, think about, I don't know, being tired, I guess. Yeah, so we'll get all of this terracotta done, and I think I'll save the glass for another day. Etho is the opposite. He just makes the interior without any exterior, says Skyfighter. Now, what I was getting at was not, like, interior, exterior, is the permanence of the world. Like, I know that Hermitcraft resets after a certain amount of time, right? Like, this is our 9th Hermitcraft world. So... Like, if it had only ever been one Hermitcraft world the whole time, like, everything you do, you could put in so much more into, because you know you're going to continuously interact with it over and over again. So this room, I'm going to interact with a lot from now on. If I was going to interact with it for years to come, I would probably want to make it a real marvel every time I visited and change the walls. What am I doing here? Come on, focus, concentrate. Too much waffling. Why do you reset so much, says Luminous? Some people would say we don't reset enough. That seasons go on for too long. Apart from Season 8, our seasons do last usually over a year. I mean, I say usually, I think all of them have been well over a year. Why the terracotta in the first place? Because of the arrows. That is the reason for the terracotta. Point you in the right direction. I could have gone for something, like, quite neutral for this bit, though, like... Just a colour for where you pick them up, but I like what Pix have done with the yellow and black, and I guess I wanted to just leave a little bit of that in here, you know? Sort of bit of a nod to the process, and I thought, well, we got glazed terracotta there, we got glazed terracotta here. Looks alright, doesn't it? Hey, Dragon! Thank you ever so much for 2 months of support, my dude, saying have a sub. Thank you, thank you. I will take this up. Wait, is that? No, I haven't done a derp again. Do you hope Vintage Beef will make a big card, cool game stadiums for his card game, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh? The plan, as is, it might not play out this way, but I was going to build Beef a stadium. I offered to. And we had a bit of a chat after we recorded together recently, and hopefully things will work out so I can still do that for him. X, you have 1,000 peeps tuning in. Wow, thank you everyone for coming by. Be sure to hit the follow button if you're enjoying the stream. I won't be streaming tomorrow, taking the evening off. Saturday, probably going to do a create stream midday, something like that. Sunday, Don't know. Probably won't stream. Maybe Sunday evening. after the World Cup. Probably going to end up watching the World Cup final. Probably going to end up watching that. So sometime after that. But yeah, I'm taking it a little bit easy on myself at the moment. And streaming is always very easy and enjoyable. So you'll probably see quite a few streams from me. But I'm only going to be making, like, I think one more episode of Hermitcraft this year. I never know quite how it goes. Look at that! The machine came back! Oh, it's a shame we didn't catch it in action. But, okay. So, enough of these modules have pushed out these blocks. Look at this one right here. It's almost ready to go. There's a few that haven't quite aged. When they age, the redstone knows about it, and it tells this thing, hey, send that flying machine back. And it comes out here and it picks it all back up. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful little system. So we'll send that one back. And I'll AFK for a bit over here. That I will. And then I'll probably log off for the evening when I go to bed and get up in the morning and yeah, pick up a whole bunch of copper, right? So I think it's less than a stack, isn't it, for one? Right, now I have more glazed terracotta than I ever need. Might have been smart to have calculated that a little bit. I've also got multiple Christmas hats. I've got this thing right here. And we'll do that. Don't forget to make a box regardless. Places might have some spawning spots here and there. Got to save the levels. There are no spawning spaces left. Because of the glow lichen, everywhere will always be suitable. I might come and put some glow lichen somewhere on these back bits, even though they don't need it. Now, if I'd have had the opportunity to think about the lighting a little bit more in advance, I think it might have been really cool to have actually, like, maybe not put these strong lights down at the bottom and have more, like, glow lichen at this level. Lighting is always an interesting thing in this game, but you know, you have to sometimes just play the game to realize this stuff. But it really has been a game changer having, like, those mid ones like soul torches, soul lanterns, and glow lichen. In fact, I think they should introduce a few more light sources like that. And then having mobs only spawn at 0. You now got way more flexibility when it comes to, you know, lighting up stuff. So you can make it a lot darker, a lot more moody and interesting. So look at this. You know, a flying machine can push this many blocks. And then these little modules simply detect the arrival of a block so it can be pulled backwards. And then the same observer is going to... No, a different observer, sorry. So this observer that I'm pointing at, that's going to count, or sorry, detect every time this ages, which moves items down into here. When you have enough in there, it then, you know, changes the module back so it pushes them out. Like, I butchered that part of the explanation, but here we go. Like, when enough of those updates have been sent across, this comparator can be activated when it's got a strong enough signal strength, and it pushes the machine into this state, ready for something to fly back out again. And wouldn't it be so cool if that happened right now? So that's why there's 4 spoons, not 5, correct? Pixel sent me some instructions, and somehow, like, despite, like, looking at them and being like, don't get this wrong, man, it's just 5 in there. And I start placing 5, and Pixel's like, there's only 4. And I go read his messaging again, and I go, yep, it definitely says 4. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Look at that. Oh, beautiful. I have so much copper, though. I have so much copper. It's not going to be an issue. Down here might be a legit spot for a AFK, you know, an AFK thing at some point. It'll definitely be where the honey farm goes. Down in a hole, I'm feeling so low. Yeah. Right, now that I'm down in that hole... Oh, what a great link to the next part of this live stream. We're at the end of the live stream. We're at the end of the live stream. If you've enjoyed it, if you enjoyed today's stream, be sure to hit that follow button and then just stick around if you want to be a part of a raid. If you don't, then might as well leave. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Joe's. Okay, more Hermitcraft. I'll send you over to Joe. if you want more Hermitcraft, stick around. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to shoot straight out of here. I've got some stuff to do. Well, not really stuff to do. I'm going to go chill out and just get off the computer. So tell Joe, you know, hello and goodbye. Anyway, that's it. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. Thanks to all the mods, the patrons, the peeps gifting subs. Y'all are appreciated. And now you can join the raid. Take care.